Ricky, I appreciate what you and all the road department are doing. Hopefully, with the new to you equipment, that will make life a little bit easier, and if not easier, then at least more efficient. So we appreciate all what you all continue to do. And
we jump around, people see whether we're in district over here today, and think that you're there today, but we're actually, we had to go to Maryland, our last week was in Maryland, and we had to jump down there for that storm, that Thursday morning. So that puts you behind, and when you start off behind, when you go to the next year, when you're on that last day, it's really important to get what the finish up things that need to get done. It puts you behind on Monday morning, you still catching up with that, so it's hard to, people out here in the public see you jumping around. They think you're in that district's going to work that way, but actually we're just going to borrow time. But the marriage is all going real good. Switch out. If we have something like that, we're going to take care of it. Almost that. You may have to leave sometimes. So we already got the food that we take stuff by our heads.
Thank you very much. Any questions for our road supervisor? All right, at this time, I'll ask our EM Director, Cary, to please come forward. And while he's coming forward again, since that's on the new recording now, the primary, this is the August 11th, 2025 meeting, 4 p.m. Central Time, Cumberland County Fiscal Court. We have gone through the approval of the minutes, and Road Supervisor Ricky Melton has reported, and now we're going to Cary. Thank you, Rick.
I'm like Ricky. I want to say thank you. I want to especially say thank you to Tri-County Director Gerald Thacker. We had a siren that the trees had got up over Iris's bottom. It actually got up, touching downtown and even the siren. But he went down there today and actually cut the trees and cleaned it out. It's something that we may have to get him off the property owner. But he did cut those down. There's no wind touching it now. So I want to thank him for that.
Thank you, JR.
And to say we're storm ready, we've been storm ready for quite some time. We just hadn't filled the application out and turned the paperwork in with the National Weather Service. But I can proudly report that next month, the National Weather Service will be here at the court meeting and present us with a storm ready certificate. All the paperwork's been done. We didn't have to change a thing. I guess you say jump through the hoops, fill out the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. So we are considered a storm ready county now. So that's a big plus for our county. We're going to be here next month to present us with a certificate. And I'd like to thank the Russell County Judge Executive. We have a new access to a radar now called Climate Vision. He actually put one in Russell, Jamestown. It's in Jamestown. But he told them that being he let them put their radar up there, he would like to see Cumberland County have access to it. So the judge and myself sat in on I guess you'd call it a conference call and she showed us this stuff. And the difference in that radar, the National Weather Service wants weather spotters in every county because they can only see rotation so high in the atmosphere. Once it gets down so low, they can't tell whether it's actually still rotating, a tornado on the ground, or whether it's just disappearing. So that's the reason they want storm spotters. But with this new radar, they actually, in May the 16th, when the tornadoes actually hit Russell, Pulaski, and Laurel County, they could actually see the rotation while it was on the ground because the radar is so close. So there's actually one in Jamestown, Kentucky, and there's one in Pleasant Hill, Tennessee. And we have access to both. And it's just an extra tool for the toolbox.
Very handy for us. We appreciate Judge Mark on their forward and thank you for watching. Thanks to myself. Any questions for our EM Director?
Greg, I would like to touch on one thing. Fire that we had a call from that area there over the weekend, and I just wanted to 911 vote address that situation, have back summer, and got a solution to that.
I've actually talked to the tech, our guy that actually comes down and does our work. That it tells you when it's there. And that day he was trying to sign back in. He was actually trying to sign back in. Ricky didn't realize that the call wouldn't come to him, but he knew it was down, so he was trying to sign back in. And the tech assured me that it would be that way every time because there's a ding that tells you that you don't have service.
So then it probably wasn't down all along.
No, that's something that just happened. But unfortunately, it needed to work at that, when it just had happened.
Okay, good enough.
Thank you. ABC Officer, Junior Smith.
Afternoon. For the month of June, 285,234.67 in sales. Year to date, we're at 950,584.40.
Will you repeat that, please?
The year to date,
Yes, please.
950,584.40.
Thank you.
Regulatory for June, $14,171.86. Year to date, we're at $43,565.97. Appears to be in order, no complaints that I'm aware of. We just, state parks that are in the camp don't come to February, come to office. It's done, they paid their fees, and I got the new license. On track.
Any questions for our ABC officer? Thank you very much, Chief. Our jailer, Thomas J. Brown.
Thomas Shaye, Cumberland County Jailer, got a total in July of 44 rooms, 37 to Irby, 1 to Clinton, 2 to Bryan, 2 to Harden, 1 to Jessamine County, 1 to Lexington, for a total of 2,874 miles. As of the first day of the month, we had 15 in Cary County. As of today, we have 13. There's a total of 12 on home incarceration for 236 days, saving the county approximately $8,496.
That's a
Number of good in the medical, bad number.
all those medical reports. But I appreciate what you, county attorney, and judges, prosecutors.
They saved us a bunch.
That's a huge savings. Appreciate that very much. Questions for the jailer?
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir. Burkesville Mayor Laurel Irby. Thank you, Mayor. This is a well-attended event for sure. Thanks for hosting. Cumberland County Sheriff Keaton Williams.
Afternoon, everyone. Last month's activity, we had 317 calls for service, 77 traffic stops, 46 citations wrote, 23 arrests. We worked 9 non-injury vehicle accidents and 3 injury accidents, and then 16 calls. Wasn't able to be here last month, but over the course of some with us, one went to the city just to better themselves, the other one retired, so I went in there. The one thing I'm glad about is we've already recruited 2 more deputies. Shaye will be at the elementary road, and Oscar Cameron will be at the middle school as an SRO, so I'm glad that we bounced that pretty quick.
Questions for the sheriff? Thank you very much, sir. County Court Clerk Bryan Morgan. PBA Gina Shaye Watson. County Coroner Gary White. County Attorney Coleman Hurt. No. Animal Control Officer Danny Groce.
I'll start off first by the month of July was for us a terrible month. We put in more hours than we've put in any other month previous since I've been in patrol. I don't know what was the deal on July, but it was a bad month. But really, we had a lot more calls, but the intake was probably about the same as June. 22 animals, 13 dogs, 9 cats, 2 dogs from the city, all 9 cats from the city. Right now at the shelter, of course, we have 22 kittens, and we have 21 dogs, 4 cats. All the cats that we have at the shelter from Cumberland County. But all the dogs are mostly Clinton County. We have, the best I can remember and what I've got down, I think we have 4 dogs at the shelter right now from Cumberland County.
Out of the 21.
Out of the 21. So, you know, as bad as our problem is, it's not near as bad as Clinton County's problem.
And I will have to give credit for you and your team, Animal Control, you, Matt, Bryan, all of you all are part of what makes our numbers what they are, and all of your work to rehome those dogs, not just to new owners, but to the rightful owners if the dog does. We appreciate that.
We've had a lot of that in July, rehoming dogs. It was maybe picked up in 2 or 3 houses down the road where the dog belonged. But also, right now, I want to pass on this information because I believe when somebody does a good job, they go above, they should get recognized for it. And Animal Control Officer Matt Aaron has done it. We have had a few rescues that we've been working with ever since I've been involved over there. They'll take a few dogs, but Matt has secured us a rescue. And I think you could correct me, Matt, if this is wrong. I think since he's been in deal with them, 30 dogs, about 30 cats they take. And that's, for our little shelter, that is huge. And I just want what the court can do, maybe give Matt a certificate or a pat on the back, but he really needs to be applauded for this. And I'm going to applaud him. The running of this county, but when you're involved in it, it's a big deal to be able to get rid of that many animals and not, you know, see the other end of it.
I agree with that. And Danny, I think it speaks well of your leadership to recognize a member of your team when they deserve it. So very, very proud of the entire Animal Control team. I think definitely Cumberland County's lucky to have you all. Appreciate it.
We do our best.
The best is great. Questions for Danny? Thank you very much, sir. Moving on, Civics Club Judge Executive Sadie Arterburn.
This month, our promoted we served over 96 households, so that's 140 people total. And recently, Evan was one of the same or not. But Evan, one of our interns, he was recently recognized as a Kentucky Colonel, and that's a pretty big deal since the governor and this year is recognized that. So we're very proud of Evan, and we're going to miss several years of college, but he's going to do great things in this world, so I'm just very proud of that. So thank you. And then Emma, we have, she's going to Romania soon. There's only 20 people in the nation who did that. She's one of those 20. And we're very proud of her that she's doing. She's going to do a very long time. We can't wait to come back. And then lastly, this week we have a busy week. We're going up to Louisville for the Kentucky Governor's Local Issues Conference. We will be presenting in front of 125 Kentucky's highest elected officials, so that's deputies around the state and the governor's board. So we're going to present about the internship program here, and we're going to try to have it implemented around the state. We've also been doing the same thing at the Kentucky's Workforce Advisory. We'll be doing that August 21st in Fiscal.
Thank you very much, Judge. And Evan, you can decide, I don't know if you've already made up your mind now, but for the folks in the room and the folks that meet you in the future, Mr. Stotts, Colonel Stotts, whatever you prefer to be called by. Very proud of all of you all. And Judge, you don't give yourself enough credit, so make sure that we do here. The Civics Judge Executive was also just placed on the Cumberland County Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors as what I believe to be now the youngest member of the Board of Directors. We appreciate that for seeing the value in having youth at the table and her willingness to serve. So very, very proud of that entire group. This time I'll ask a special guest, Michael Bauer from the Cumberland County Water District, to please come forward. Gentlemen, I have for you news that I hope our general manager touches on here. Thank you, Mr. Greenville. That's for you.
First, I'd like to bring up thank you for the opportunity to come forward. And, we believe in transparency in water office. Keep everybody informed. The Maribone water project, which you remember, we got the full grant, or we're having that bid open September 8th. So hopefully, if everything will go like the weather will cooperate, we may be breaking ground before the end of the year. So that's huge. That's 125 customers, all new lines, all new service, meters. This is huge. So, and we know we've got a lot of water also there, because it's the oldest system in the county. So it's just good all around. Then also something that we've worked on is I don't know how many aware, Albany Water Works, they have a problem with our producing enough water. They're having trouble supplying enough water for themselves, much less us. And it's due to us needing to upgrade to a water treatment plant, which is in the making. So we got together and done some research and decided that the best thing we could do would be build a new pump station, transfer a pump station to supply the 1,600 plus customers effectively in Lane and Master Lane and Master Larry's districts. When Clinton County needs to build water up for whatever reason, the easiest thing to do is shut us off, and we can't build, so that was just not an option. So we got together and got with our engineers and come up with this plan. So we actually got last Thursday, I went to Frankfurt to the KIA board members meeting, and we got approved for our home for that pump station. It's $1,110,000 added to our supply. It will affect all of 1,600 customers. That's over half of our customers. So when we get this thing up and running, your district shouldn't have a problem with water, because what that's going to do, that's going to allow us to pull everything we want from Burkesville, or most of it from Burkesville. If we have an emergency, we can still do it from Clinton County, so it's huge. And we secured that at 1% interest, so that's almost zero. But I wanted zero, but I didn't have that pull up there, so we did get it to 1%, so we're tickled with that. So a lot of hard work put into it. So right now we're hoping for a bid open in October this year. Construction start, we're hoping January, and then it'll take about 6 months to get built. It will actually come in built. And we thought we were going to buy land. I contacted some people with District 8 state that I retired from, and we're actually going to get a permit, and we're going to get rid of on state right away for no cost. So that
Appreciate it.
So that saved about $12,000. So anyway, everybody's going good. The road, what is the name of that road Larry was talking about? The Clayville Road. They all get a new service line. So right now they were having pressure issues, so they're getting a whole new service line. So that takes care of it in the same package. We're excited. It's
Right place.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you. A quick question here for you. A couple things. County Treasurer, if you would please make a note tomorrow morning when you come in, if you'll call Michael up here, I want him to get 1% interest rate on all of our loans for county. Yeah.
Well, I don't know I can do that.
The other thing, just in case he asks, so Magistrate District 4, thanks to the Water Board's hard work and his leadership, you all have secured $2 million worth of grant funding there. Today we're bringing forth news of $1 million project in District 2 and 3. It's not because District 1's not here that he's not getting something though, right?
No, it's not it.
I'll let him know that in case he asks.
Well, he actually just last year just got that new connection.
Okay.
So everybody gets a little something. So.
Fair enough, fair enough. Michael, we appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
I appreciate that. I want to say, some of my constituents, I talked to them about, we have a pump station, we wouldn't be worried about this, and they've all supported it, and I appreciate the work that you all put into this to save money and save on it. That's long term.
I didn't have that. But thank you. It always good. Listen, I want to shout out to Representative Neighbor. She is great. She works with the counties. We can, especially the grant, she's just amazing to work with. She really does everything she can fair. So I want to throw that out.
Thank you very much.
We will be having a press release, not really a groundbreaking, but on both these projects.
Perfect. Thank you. Moving into old business, letter A under old business, Cumberland County Flex Fund submissions. We brought that up a few previous meetings now. Gentlemen, where do we stand on our flex list?
I think there's still some roads that's going to have to be bid on. I think we probably ought to put this out just a little bit, have a special call meeting on this. And yeah, at least by the end of the month. I would say any time after the 21st, set a meeting. Because we need to get it done so we can payment before cold weather. And it's a little bit of a process. It takes 30 days to get these in, at least, so but we don't need to get on the road there.
I agree with that. Master District 3, Master District 4, would you all be good for a special call sometime after August 21st?
Yeah. I'd say you can add letter C to it if you want to.
Letter C, same
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, just do both of them same time.
Okay. Master District 2, are you comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and get that in the form of a motion from either District 4 or District 2 at the table A and C. District 4 table until after August 21st. Is there a second? Seconded by the Master of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter B, Humphrey Hollow Road. Tyler, if you would please come forward with the screen. This will be difficult for those, we've had to go to a backup camera. This will be difficult for those online to see, for those in the crowd. Hopefully we'll be able to see this. Gentlemen, if you'll turn around and take a look at Humphrey Hollow Road property. Yeah, your leadership paid off. It looks good. It looks as I hoped it would. Do you agree?
Yes.
I understand from the road department this morning they can now have two vehicles meet on the road. They're not worried about running off or hitting each other. So I think that's progress. Do we know if you heard from anybody up there, or road department, if you heard from anybody up there the last big rain we had?
We haven't had no rain.
I don't wish for a big rain today. I'm pleased with the way it looks. Jeff, you deserve to be commended again. The emergency money that you got on that, you fought hard for it, and I appreciate it. I'm glad to see that project is in fact done. Tyler, thank you for showing those pictures. Jack, thanks for your leadership. Anything you'd like to share on that, sir?
It's a long time coming. It's a permanent fix now instead of just a temporary.
I agree with that. I think permanent long-term fixes are the way to go. Appreciate you supporting that. Letter D, under O. Yes, sir.
Contractor did that. I thought he did a really good job. He didn't ask us, got anything off.
And that's worth a lot.
Time, fashion, he actually put some zeros on the bank. Probably put some out in the
Okay.
out the inside. And
Good that it's done. I'm pleased that it's done the way we did. So, Jeff, if you would please, when you speak to those folks, thank them for their patience up there as we work through the project. Letter D, under old business. We've got several acronyms here. The KY Transportation Cabinet's CPPP MOA, Memorandum of Agreement. Now, this is what we need to approve specifically for District 3 in order for us to get reimbursement on Bethel Scott Road. Manager District 3, do you see any issues with that? Would you like to make a motion that we execute those agreements? So moved by Master District 3, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Master District 4, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. We do have that in your packets, so I will now sign that, get that sent off to them. Gentlemen, we've also got, as part of that process, remember, any of the roads that you need submitted for that LARP or CPP funding, I need to know about.
Can we go ahead and submit those? I have 2 roads that I'd like to submit.
If you know them, yes.
Okay, yeah, I do. One of them is, the Groce Creek Circle, and the other one is the, section of Fort Road.
So we submit applications on those for the LARP program funding, is that correct? Is that in the form of a motion? So moved by Master District 2, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Master District 3, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes.
And when do you need this?
As soon as possible. As soon as possible. Good question. Gentlemen, any other old business that you're aware of? Not moving into new business. Letter A, budget transfers. These are going to move pretty quickly through here. A lot of this is standard. Budget transfers are in front of you. Is there a motion to approve the budget transfers?
Motion.
So moved by Master District 4, second by Master District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter B, under new business, the warrants. Would any member of the court like to make a motion to pay the bills? So moved by Master District 2. Is there a second? Second by Master District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter C, occupational tax refunds. Is there a motion to refund the excess of $750 annually for occupational tax? So moved by Master District 2, second by Master District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter D, a budget amendment. Gentlemen, you'll notice on that budget amendment, we needed to put into our budget the purchase of the lease agreements, rather, lease purchase agreements of the backhoe and the grader. That's what this is, because we have to reflect any movement of that in our budget has to be amended into. That was not part of the original. This will constitute the first reading of that amendment, but we will need a motion second for favor vote to do so. Is there a motion from the court?
Motion.
So moved by Master District 4, second by Master District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter E, letter of abatement grant. This is a grant that we issue for annually. We're making a few changes to that grant this year, but we do still hope to secure the grant funding for that. Do keep in mind for those out in the audience today and those watching later, that helps keep some of the trash off of our county roads. So this is a very, very important grant. Is there a motion to allow me to execute those documents? So moved by Master District 2. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Master District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter F, county staff and personnel. I have 2 recommendations for the court. The first recommendation for a part-time position will be Mr. Evan Stotts, or Colonel Stotts as it is now. I'm recommending Evan as a part-time employee, which do keep in mind he's already a part-time employee. Right now he is funded out of the Cumberland County Internship Fund, which gets its funding from our state and regional partners. He has proven himself over the last year and a half. For that reason, he's already a trained agent, if you will, for us. I would like for him to come on board even after his program funding expires, which is very, very soon, at $12 per hour, which is what we've already budgeted for that line item for that part-time position, full-time position previously. So again, part-time, $12 per hour. That will start at the conclusion of his internship hours being maxed out, which will happen fairly soon. If it be the will of the court, I need a motion, a second, prevailing vote. Yes, sir. Master District 2.
Due to the family connection, I want to recuse myself.
I can not only understand that, but I appreciate that. I think that speaks well of you for doing so. Let the record show that Master District 2 is recusing himself from the discussion and vote on this item. This time, again, I'll ask for a motion to approve Evan Stotts for that position as recommended. So moved by Master District 3. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Master District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. This time, my second and only other recommendation in county staff and personnel. Similar situation, that will be Miss Sadie Arterburn, the current Civics Judge Executive. Same kind of option here. Her hours are getting ready to max out for the program. The budget line item already exists for them. This is nothing new. Part-time, $12 per hour, starting at the conclusion of her maxing out in her internship. This time, I'll ask for a motion. Yes, sir. That's District 3.
Same model.
Will do. Appreciate you the same way that I appreciate District 2 doing that. I think it speaks well of both of them. So at this time, again, I'll ask for a motion to accept that recommendation. Sadie Arterburn, part-time, $12 per hour, at the conclusion of her internship program. So moved by Master District 2. Is there a second? Seconded by Master District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Congratulations to both of you. Look forward to continue working with you and you being part of the Cumberland County team. Letter G, under new business, U.S. Small Business Administration presentation by Jim. Is Jim here by chance? Okay, we'll check with him. I'm not sure. He might have gotten held up there. We do have that presentation prepared and his slide deck ready. If he does show up, but we'll move on. Not glad that he's not here, but it does save us a little bit of time. So moving on to letter H. Presentation of annual report, Soil Conservation District. We have a representative here, and we appreciate that. Jim, if you would, please. Gentlemen, you have these in your packet.
Jeff Elton, Soil Conservation. We just have to report annually our annual financial report and our annual vision report that have been submitted to the board for approval and report.
We have certainly received them. This is a lengthy document talking about all that you all have accomplished and participated in throughout the year. We appreciate that, and we appreciate your tireless work and your tireless work on that of the entire board. Appreciate you making an effort to be here and share. Is there anything on here, Gina, specifically on the annual plan or the list of all of your all's accolades and accomplishments that you specifically like?
Probably the only thing that may have changed slightly is the dead animal disposal program. We get a grant every year from that. We have to track our money and prove what we're doing with that money. So we county per animal for each burial that y'all do. That varies from month to month and year to year depending on how long. So our funds were kind of beginning to grow a little bit, so we've increased it from 40 per annum to 45 per annum. So and if things get worse, we used to get 7,500 grants, got 5,000. The district has to match our tax base. And get that grant, so it's $66.50 per year for that program. And I know it's not huge, but it does help with the overall expenses.
Yeah.
Farmers did appreciate it.
Absolutely. Look at Cumberland County compared to some of the other counties. I think it's a great program and a great service that we offer. So please convey to the board at your meeting that we appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Any questions for Jeff?
Thank you.
If not, I will entertain a motion to approve and then include in the permanent fiscal court order book those two documents as supplied by the Soil Conservation. So moved by Magistrate District 2. Is there a second? Seconded by Magistrate District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter I. Consideration of judge executive nominations. Gentlemen, I will provide to you 4 names here, all for the same committee. All 4 for the same committee. As long as you're comfortable with taking them as a slate, that's what we'll do for efficiency's sake. Kim Owsley to the Opioid Advisory Committee for a term ending August 31st, 2026. Sheriff Keaton Williams to the Opioid Advisory Committee for a term ending August 31st, 2026. Casey Perdue to the Opioid Advisory Committee for a term ending August 31st, 2027. Tracy Daniels to the Opioid Advisory Committee for a term ending August 31st, 2027. Now, gentlemen, if you'll recall, we had previously appointed 3 members to that Opioid Advisory Committee and left it up to them to fill in the gaps with folks that they thought would be committed to the cause and creative solutions to solving our opioid crisis here in Cumberland County. We had two of those members, the chair and the vice chair. The chair being Ms. Michelle Cash, vice chair Mr. Jeff Thompson, meet with me just recently. I definitely covered a lot of ground. I think, and you can correct me, Gina, if I'm wrong, that was close to a 3-hour meeting, so it was definitely something that they care about. Sheriff, don't worry, they're not all going to be 3 hours. That would just happen to be because it was the first one. Those two individuals have spoken with all of the rest of these folks. They are willing and very excited to jump into this and try to find some solutions. If you all are okay with those names, I need a motion to. So moved by Magistrate District 2, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Magistrate District 3, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Moving on to letter J, District 3 has a request to close and remove from county maintenance the Frank Murley Road in its entirety. District 3 Magistrate Larry Anderson, is that correct?
There's no reason.
Correct. And if she's willing and we're able, I think we move forward with it. This will be the first reading of the removal of the Frank Murley Road in its entirety from the county road system, and also to close the road. We will get with our county road supervisor and the county road viewers to send them out to the road. We'll have them fill out the appropriate forms, and so long as they don't see a problem with it, we will then advertise for that removal and closure. And then hopefully at our next meeting, that will be one less road that Cumberland County taxpayers have to take care of. Magistrate District 3, I appreciate you getting that to us. Mr. County Attorney, do you believe that constitutes the first reading for that? Thank you very much. Letter K, Cumberland County Road Department equipment decision. Our road supervisor and co-assistant road supervisor, would you all please come to the podium at this time in anticipation of some questions. First things first on this, gentlemen, I'd like for us to, and I'll hand this out to you, hand that down to District 4, please, and the county attorney. That's good. Okay. You will notice on that Gov Deals printout that the backhoe that we had listed went off yesterday. The auction ended for that. 85 bids total. The end price for us was $22,000. Now you'll notice the actual sold amount, tax, buyer's premium, that was a little higher, but the portion that Gov Deals takes off of that will bring us down to about $22,000. That's not nothing. That will help make several payments for the new backhoe that we bought. I do need, though, from this court, you gave me the authority to surplus it, and you gave me the authority to list it for sale at auction. But what we did on there to keep it from bringing $10 in selling, we made it a requirement that we would have to approve the sale. So at this time, I'll ask our road department employees first. Do you see any reason that this shouldn't sell for $22,000? You shouldn't let it go for $22,000. At this time, I'll entertain a motion from the court to let the backhoe sell for $22,000, removing it from our inventory. So moved by Magistrate District 2. Is there a second? Seconded by Magistrate District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you on that, gentlemen. The next thing, also on that same letter there, now we need to talk about the grader. We have, thank goodness, a new grader that we can work with that my understanding is working really well. Is that correct?
Yes.
I don't see a need for two graders, especially the one that's less quality than the one we just purchased. Ricky and Larry, do you believe that it is an appropriate time to sell the other grader? Put that up for auction to surplus that while we can.
Yes. I agree with that.
Okay.
We still need to be
In our marketing text, do you propose that we put, while it's still running, we're offering this item for auction?
It makes some value.
Okay.
Maybe it moves a lot.
Somebody not. Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion from the court to surplus the grader. So moved by the Magistrate District 3. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Magistrate District 2. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, say no. Motion passes. Thank you very much. That will settle in without reserve. Last item that we have under our equipment decision, we need to revisit the Ford truck. The Ford truck up there, that's where we talked about the injector, might be the engine, might be the this, might be the that. We've talked about this several times. Master District 1, who couldn't be with us today, had communicated with me earlier in the day and had indicated that he wanted me to make his opinion known, that he would like for us to move forward with the new engine and be included in those discussions if we do decide to move forward with that. I'm not altogether opposed with that if that's what we need to do. But my recommendation to the court would be that we, at first, try to see before we put, say, $17,000 into it, with anything like that, or up to maybe $17,000 to fix it. If we had an option to surplus this truck, and if we get more than our money back on the truck, and that puts us in a better position to buy a new truck that would less miles on it, I'm not opposed to that, and as a matter of fact, I would support that. Now, I would ask, though, if the court would be open to that recommendation, that the court allow a reserve to be placed on it, so that we don't, so to say, lose loads of money on the truck. The reserve would need to be set in a fashion that's not necessarily disclosed to the world what that reserve is when it goes to auction, so I would ask if the court be open to that we list the truck on gov deals for sale at auction at a time to be determined by you all. The duration to be decided. We should get that listed fairly soon, I would imagine. That way, if it doesn't sell, we can move forward. If it does sell, it can move on. But I would think that the reserve could be decided by the budget committee members so that we have, again, a reserve that protects the taxpayer's interest, but not a reserve that we have to discuss here that anybody who's interested in bidding on it knows what that reserve is. Does any member of the court have an opinion on that recommendation? Or road department, would you like to speak to that?
Well, I just think it'd be a good idea to try to see what the reserve is and see how much you do.
Thank you, Larry. Any comments, questions, or action desired by the court?
How long would you run that? Because the time frame is a little concerning, if we have to
I agree. The backhoe did well naturally with the longer time frame. I don't think we have that luxury with the truck. I think if we can get the truck, now actually we'd have to get the truck pictured. We would need to get all that on there, and that has to be subject to approval. I think we can do that, even though I would be a little out of pocket at the conference this week. I think we can do that. They can send those things to me from a distance via email. We could get all of that uploaded this week. I do think there's value in having an auction that at least picks up a weekend. That way, if people want to come see it, they can. There's certainly value in something ending on a Sunday when maybe people don't have work obligations, so they can sit there and bid on it. But I would say, at the longest, we would have this start and then end, not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday. I think this Sunday might be too quick. But I think if we had next Wednesday, we could do that. If you were okay with a few extra days, we have it on that following, let's just look at the calendar here. If we have it on that following Sunday, that puts us on the 24th. And then we could have our special call meeting that last week of August and make a decision on it as far as what it brings. Would that be of any interest to you all? Think that'll work?
I think that would be sufficient, if anybody wanted to buy it, they'd have more time, and then it still shows a period we could, if we don't, then it gives us time to get it repaired before we get into winter season.
We're probably looking at 30 days to do the repair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we can have that done by the end of September, if that's the case. If this goes off, then you end up having to keep it. Okay. Master District 4. Okay. With that being said, then I'd like a motion from the court that we attempt to surplus the Ford truck with an auction that would end on August 24th, 2025, with the reserve to be set by the budget committee, majority vote on the budget committee. Is there a motion to that effect? So moved by the Master of District 2, is there a second? Seconded by the Master of District 3, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passed. Thank you both for your time. Letter L, under new business, Cumberland County Fiscal Court Property Tax Rate Decision. Gentlemen, you have the printout that we get every year from the Department of Local Government showing roughly what we are scheduled to bring in there from the property tax. If we go with the compensating rate, again, that's if we go with the compensating rate, we project that we'll bring in, I think this is at most, this will be if everybody takes $165,918. Again, for anybody who's a numbers nerd watching this online later, that is the total amount that the Cumberland County Fiscal Court brings in property taxes annually. That's $165,918. Gentlemen, it would be my recommendation that we do stick with the compensating rate, which, if you'll recall, actually results sometimes in a tax cut, the way that number is factored for the Cumberland County taxpayers. So, with that being said, I would entertain a motion from the court to, in effect, give Cumberland County taxpayers a tax cut by taking the compensating rate on their property tax bills. So moved by the Master of District 2. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the Master of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. We have submitted to us letter M, Cumberland County Local Board of Health's requested tax rate. Gentlemen, if you'll notice, they provided us with a copy of their meeting minutes where this tax rate was approved at that meeting. The tax rate is 3.5%. That's the same rate that they had last year. Do keep in mind that's different from the compensating rate, but it is the same percentage rate as it was last year. That number did not go up, did not go down, did not go up. Still 3.5%. They are requesting approval of that so that it can be printed on the Cumberland County property tax bill. You also have their budget included with that. The remaining taxing districts will have to present to us at the September meeting so that we have time to get those printed on the tax bill. Is there a motion from the court to print that tax rate on the tax bill? So moved by the Master of District 3. Is there a second? Seconded by the Master of District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Moving on, Cumberland County Sheriff Keaton, would you please come forward? Sheriff's request and vehicle discussion. We have to start with a request to surplus a 2013 Dodge Charger to high miles and frequent maintenance. You're in the wrong business to have a vehicle broken down on you very often, so I can understand your desire to want to surplus that. Is there anything that you'd like to share or say about that vehicle before we consider surpluses?
No, it just needs to be retired. It's time to go. We put a new radiator in it, put the tires on it, front end damage. It's just a continuous problem. Coolant leaks out of it every few days. Got that coolant into it. As an it's way too much for a police vehicle, so it's not for it to
Question, and how do you intend to surplus that?
I handed that this, we done sealed it on before and last time,
How did it perform?
as I expected.
Okay. Gentlemen, do you have any questions for the sheriff on this? And are you comfortable with any particular method of surplus? Do you want this to be on gov deals? Do you want it to be sealed bid, which they're comfortable with? What's your preference?
Say seal bids.
Second form of motion, Master District 4. So moved by Master District 4, is there a second? Seconded by Master District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you, Sheriff. Next item here, also under your letter, will be now the replacement of that vehicle. You have found, if I understand correctly, through Don Franklin, a vehicle that you think is sufficient to replace that.
Yes, it's a 2022 Durango. It's 95% bigger than ready to hit the road. And what I mean by that is that if we do vote to purchase it and I bring it home, all I gotta do is put a radio on it and theoretically I can take calls on it and control it.
Gentlemen, you'll notice this is what that estimate looks like there. That quote really looks like there. The total cost of that, $32,500, right? And for funding that, for purchasing that, you propose what?
Requesting for half of it to come out of the alcohol fund and the other half to come out of my office.
So the sheriff is willing to do 50%, asking us if we'll do 50%. Does any member of the board have questions for the sheriff about that potential purchase? And we do appreciate that you removed all the cars from the annex.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Thank you.
It didn't hurt, so thank you for that.
I probably didn't have a question, my comment, the car that you're going to take seal bids on, is it equipped? You said that equipped, or you take the?
We'll take everything out.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
We'll take
Can we
everything out.
repurpose that? Not the car, but some of the equipment.
Maybe for a car of the same make. So we'll probably need surplus equipment separate.
Okay.
Or we'll keep it and try to use it.
Well, if we can't use the equipment, that's just gonna set in our way, we can get some money for it, buy it. Tend to believe the court will be open to that. Is that fair to say, gentlemen? If there's no further questions, if there are no further questions for the sheriff at this time, I'll entertain a motion to allow that vehicle to be purchased half with ABC funds and then half coming from department funds. So moved by Master of District 4, second by Master of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you.
So one thing real quick, something else that I've been working on, a few months ago I picked up a case where there was an altered VIN on a vehicle. Long story short, when I presented this case, it's coming to the grand jury. The assistant constable told me, had a note there and told me that anytime there's a case like this, the vehicle's supposed to automatically be forfeited to the arresting agency. It's a 2012 F-350. It's got quite a bit of miles on it, so we're on the edges. If everything goes like I want it to, if you all will accept it, just say thank you for everything you've done for me. It's something that I'm working on.
Anytime you'd like to give us thank you gifts, please do come back. We certainly appreciate that. We'll work with the road department to see what use that might serve. We appreciate that generosity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Judge? Yes, Ricky Melton, Road Supervisor.
While we're surplusing that little forklift that's sitting over there,
Yes,
I didn't know,
it's already been approved. It's pending right now. It's already.
I didn't know.
It's been approved. Yeah. Letter O under new business. Updated MOU with Lake Cumberland Area Development District. Gentlemen, you have that in your packet. This is what it looks like. That came from the Area Development District. They are just asking us to update that. Current administration here with the administration there. This, remember, is what allows the Lake Cumberland Area Development District to operate their senior program out of what is our Veterans Memorial Center on the senior center. If you don't have any questions, I will entertain a motion that would allow me to execute that agreement. So moved by Master District 3. Is there a second? Seconded by Master District 2. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter P under new business, annex equipment, appliance update. Gentlemen, we have worked over there a couple different times in the last 30 days. That front office part that we have bragged about being temperature controlled is hot. We need the HVAC unit worked on there. I can't tell you that we need a new one. Hopefully we don't need a new one. But I would like permission from you all at this meeting, in the event when we have them come over there, if they say we do need a new one, can we please go ahead and get that? That's a significant purchase. I know that as judge executive, I've got authority to move on stuff like that, and then it can be paid out in the warrants. But since it is a substantial purchase, I want to make sure that you all are comfortable with that. Any questions? If not, is there a motion to allow the annex to have some air? So moved by Master of District 3. Is there a second? Second by Master of District 2. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Passes. Letter Q, the Kentucky opioid settlement, required action there. Mr. County Attorney, correct me if I'm wrong here, but in our previous conversations, I think the only thing that we need to do to opt into that next settlement is just action from the court indicating that we are in favor of doing so. Is that correct?
That's right. There's no downside. There's no reason not to. If they get something, we might get reset. If not, there's no worse.
Is there a motion from the court to participate in that settlement so that if people get paid out, we're part of the people who get paid out? So moved by Master of District 3. Is there a second? Seconded by Magistrate District 2. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Letter R, last item of business under new business on the agenda, court consideration of loan renewal paperwork. Gentlemen, we have here the loan renewal paperwork from the loan that the administration inherited from previous. This is so that we can make sure that we still have a loan that we can make payments on. That loan is coming due. We are aggressively paying down debt. Some of the loans that were set up previously that naturally we inherited were interest-only loans. We are working to pay those down. It makes most sense to pay those down, paying toward principal instead of just interest only. I need permission from this court to execute this packet of documents so that we can continue there. Is there a motion from the court to do so? So moved by the Magistrate District 2. Is there a second? Seconded by the Magistrate District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Last item of business on the agenda, the request from the River Festivus and Bluegrass Festival for county health. Gentlemen, this is similar to what we did last year, and certainly similar to what we did for the county fair here. The Bluegrass Festival and the River Festivus both have a team of volunteers that pour a lot into those programs. I do think it reflects well on the Cumberland County Fiscal Court if we recognize that in the form of also saying we're okay with our team helping with that too. I've been proposed to you the same thing that we proposed last year, not that we make it mandatory for any of our Cumberland County team to work those extended hours or weekend hours, but that we offer to them as an incentive, if they do wish to help with those programs, that they can earn comp time for doing so because we recognize the value that those festivals provide to Cumberland County. Any questions on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation from me on that. So moved by the Magistrate District 3. Is there a second? Seconded by the Magistrate District 4. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. This time, does any member of the Cumberland County Fiscal Court know of any new or unfinished business which is properly come before the meeting?
Judge, I do have a couple of things.
Sure.
I'd like to bring before the court. One of them is ambulance grant that came in after the agenda was set, and it's a $10,000 grant. It's pretty impressive grant, and it's just a pass through from us. But I'm always glad to see this grant money come in where we can improve equipment, so there's no cost to our taxpayers. So I don't know. I think we should. I'll make a motion that we go ahead and
I think that's very smart, and I think they'll appreciate it. Is there a second to Magistrate District 2's motion? Seconded by the Magistrate District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Anything else, Magistrate District 2?
do have it, and it's on a request for a name change on the road. And the lady that put in the press as well this year, and it was for the Bobby Ritter road there, and she has put in a request to change that name to 4C Drive, and she's got all the property owners, got the petitions here, but she didn't get this to get it on the agenda, but it is. All the property owners signed it. I think they're all in agreement to change that name. So.
And we appreciate her willingness to do that and go through the appropriate paperwork there. At this time, is that coming in the form of a motion?
Yes.
So moved by the Magistrate District 2. Is there a second? Seconded by the Magistrate District 4. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Mr. County Attorney, it's my understanding that for a name change, so long as we have a prevailing vote and the judge executive is willing to put his signature on something, that can be effective immediately. That's correct. So at this time, congratulations. You now have a new road name. It would be ideal if you could give us a little bit of time to get the sign ordered. We'll get the correct spelling to our finance officer so we can get it ordered and get it in stock. We appreciate that. Magistrate District 2, anything else?
That's all.
Magistrate District 3 or 4, anything that you'd like to bring up? This time, I'd like to remind everybody of our annual tradition of having dumpster days in the fall of the year. I would like for you all to mark your calendars, unless a member of this court knows a reason that this would be a bad pair of dates. September 19th and September 20th. September 19th, September 20th, that's a Friday and Saturday. This continues the tradition of this administration taking it, instead of just being a partial day on a Wednesday, we're moving it to all day on a Friday and half day on a Saturday, so that hopefully more people can participate. Any member of this court see a problem with that? If not, mark your calendars for those in the audience, for those at the table, and for those watching later. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn until our next regularly scheduled meeting, September 8th, 2025, 4 p.m. Central Time. So moved by the Master of District 2, seconded by the Master of District 3. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. Motion passes. Thank you all very much.